Welcome to the Pregnant Bitches podcast.
I'm Jessie.
And I'm Amanda.
And we're just a couple pregnant bitches navigating motherhood together. Welcome back to the Pregnant Bitches podcast. We thought we'd keep doing a little life update every week. Just to keep you guys
entertained.
Yeah.
Is that the word? Entertained with us. You're on this journey with us.
Yeah.
If you're a new mom listening, if you are a veteran mom,
and you need to like commiserate with us because like you're going through the same shit,
or if you're pregnant and just starting out, welcome to the fun shit show that we call motherhood.
Yeah.
So welcome back.
So I look like shit today because I did not sleep last night. I think I set a record for musical beds.
Ooh.
I had, for the last 2 nights, Josh was away. We went to his bed, we started. Then Benny woke up, I went to his crib. Then we both moved to my bed. Then I had to go sleep in the crib with Benny because he was sick and needed me. But I'm scared. I don't sleep with him in the chair now because he's 10 months. It's scary.
Yeah.
He can fall. I have like these visions of him crawling down the stairs. It just scares me. So I sleep in the crib with him. Then I wake up because I'm in pain. Then Ziggy's like, where are you? So I go back to the bed.
You're playing musical beds.
Then I don't even know what I did. And Benny was sick last night. The baby's getting sick. I forgot. It's really rough.
It's the worst. Because they can't tell you that they're sick. Like, you know that they're sick, but they can't tell you I don't feel good or whatever.
You know the cry. The cry is really like he's in pain.
Yeah.
Like you can tell he's in pain. He's like coughing. He can't eat because he can't breathe.
You got to suck the shit out of his nose. You got to do that spray.
So that's like been really tough. And then like just like doing that on top of having to work and then also being alone all weekend.
You're super mom. You're ready for 2 more.
Being alone with the kids, honestly, I feel like you had this too, but like it's not that bad. Like I can do it.
As long as if someone's helping with everything else.
It's the parts that I find tough is when you're putting the baby down, the only option is to use TV.
Yeah, well,
that's
you
my
have
only
to.
option.
Yeah, you have to.
And it makes disciplining hard because like if Ziggy does something that I have to discipline, I can't take TV away.
No, because you need
I
the
need
TV.
it.
I know. There was like a meme I saw about like the TV where you're like telling your kid, if you don't do this, you're not getting TV, and then you're just punishing yourself.
Literally.
You're literally
No, but
just
I threatened him with TV, which I shouldn't have because like I can't follow through on the threat. So that's really bad. But I was like, fuck, if I take the TV away, I can't put Benny to bed because he keeps walking in the room every 3 seconds.
They love walking into the room.
And I don't have locks on his doors because he keeps breaking them off. So I'm like,
outside, the lock on the outside, he can't break it. He's inside, he can't break the door.
I know, but Josh still hasn't done it. I yelled at him again.
You got to put the lock on the outside. You got to put the lock on the outside.
It's very
annoying. Been saving us.
But yeah, like it's the solo parenting also with my age gap
is hard.
It's hard and like some moments are very easy because he's okay to play by himself and then I can play with Benny. It's like moving them to the car, moving them out of the car, grocery shopping, anything that's like
it's a lot of work.
Schlepping them.
No one said motherhood was easy.
No
one said solo parenting was easy.
No, it's not easy.
No.
And then on top of that, like having 3 minutes to do anything.
No. I know I barely spoke to you this week.
I know what I was going to say. I don't know how mom influencers do anything.
I know. It looks like they have so much time to do everything.
No, I was like, how do people, like I have to like post at like 9 o'clock at night if I want to post anything.
Well, I did. My mask that I did was the kids were sleeping and they tell you have to wear the mask for 4 hours or at nighttime, and I had 2 hours, so it didn't completely get soaked in, but that's the time that you have. Oh shit, your kid's up. That mask is coming off, unless I'd scare the shit out of him. Can you imagine? I walked downstairs.
No, they would cry.
Woke up and I had a white mask on my face. Mommy.
They would actually cry.
You just
no, but I don't know how people post all day. Like I actually don't know how they post
during nap time. Because let's say I didn't do the mask. I would have had 2 hours right there to do something.
But it's exhausting.
Of course it's exhausting. No one said being an influencer was not exhausting. Plus a full-time job, plus kids.
Yeah, it's a lot.
It's a marathon.
You're
running it.
Okay, so speaking of that's literally what my paper says is that welcome to motherhood. It's a daily reminder of how fast time goes.
There you go.
This episode was all about how do you leave your kids for like the first time because like you're with them for that. Most people that have the option are with them for the first year. Maybe if you live in the US, it's a little less, but like you're their everything all day. And then one day you have to leave them.
Yeah.
And you got to leave them with a nanny. You got to leave them with a daycare.
So the daycare with the first, I remember dropping him off with Adam. We took separate cars because I went home because it was just shy of the year. And I just remember I was pregnant.
Oh, God.
With Ace. So Arlo went at 14 months. He actually went a little bit later than the year. And I was pregnant with Ace. So I was like, I wanted to get him into daycare before I gave birth to Ace,
100%.
so we would have that transition and not it be at the same time, which was the smartest thing I ever did. So we drove separate cars. Adam went to work, and I remember I dropped him off. I got in my car, and I parked in the parking lot, and I bawled my eyes out. I was also pregnant, so hormones. Yeah, I had everything.
On steroids.
I was literally hyperventilating. And then the school was amazing. They were sending updates, how he's doing, what he's eating, what he's shitting, peeing, all the above. Second kid, Ace went at 9 months. I was like, see you the fuck later. Have fun, dude. Obviously, your first. It's with anything. First scary. First this, first that. It's scary. You have no idea what to expect. They're literally pulling something away from you. You're literally getting rid of exactly what you said. You were with him for a year, and that's being taken away. Don't worry, I promise you. Second time, you're like, see ya later.
True. And you also, like, you're sending him to the same school, so you know them, you trust them, you know what to expect. Like, all those Band-Aid-y thing, like ripping the Band-Aid off, it doesn't exist. It's still hard, each kid, of course. But yes, I agree with you.
Of course.
Yeah, I think that first, like for us, we didn't send him till
2.
A little bit over 2.
Yeah.
So it was a different kind of separation anxiety. Like with yours, he was still a baby.
He was still a baby.
So they're kind of like, don't know. Like obviously Benny today, if he leaves me and he has to go with my nanny, like he gets upset, but it's a different kind of like
it depends
pain.
On the age, 1000%.
The 2-year-old pain is really tough. Like they are like, can speak, they can fully communicate. They're like, what is going on? I think the first day was actually easier. Because he like just like walked in the front door. He was like, so excited. What is this? Yeah, it's a new this, it's new that. But then the second day and third day, once he realized like,
Mommy's
I'm
leaving
gone
me.
the whole day, he was like, oh, no, you're not leaving me here, girl. Like, what is going on? Like, no, thank you. Like, they are literally prying the children off you, kicking and screaming like this. I feel horrible. Like, having a full on fucking, like, Josh is like, you're going to be fine. I'm like, I'm not going to be fine. Like, no, it's ugly crying.
It's not fun.
It's awful. It's actually awful. And like, I wish I had a choice, but like you just don't have a choice. Like it's really fucking hard.
But too, also it's good for them to go and be with other kids. Yeah. And you have to remember that aspect in it also, right? Like, yes, you're sending them away. They're not used to it. You're not used to
100%.
But they're going to be with kids. They're going to be doing fun things that you won't be doing with them, you know?
I know. And I wish I would say that it gets easier, but like I actually don't think it does. Like at 3, this year we had different challenges. Like then he's fully communicating with me, being like, Mommy, I really don't want to go to school. Please don't send me to school. I don't want to go to school. And I'm like, great. Like, fuck. No, my newest one, because like I don't know how you get the kid out the door. Yeah. Like, how do you get a kid out the door that genuinely doesn't want to go to school?
You put on the Blippi podcast.
Well, that's hilarious that he has a podcast.
Blippi has a podcast, and that's what I listen to. If you ask me what podcast I listen to, it's the Blippi.
That's fucking
podcast,
hilarious.
And it's 10 minutes exactly, and that's how long it takes us to get to school. So we listen to the entire Blippi 10-minute podcast.
That's actually hilarious.
You got to bribe.
My new thing, because like I can't bribe with shows, I can't bribe with food. I started taking all his toys and putting them on the front porch because I'm like, if you don't go to school, I cannot go to work. Yeah. If I don't go to work, I cannot make money.
Yeah.
And if I don't have money, you don't get toys.
Right.
So he's like, what?
So I'm going to school.
Okay, I'll go to school. And I was like,
smart.
I was like, I don't know what else to do.
And they're smart and they understand as much as like sometimes we're like, you have no idea what we're saying. They know.
Oh, 100%.
They know exactly what's going on.
And I even took the food away from him. I'm like, you can't eat that.
Yeah.
Like, what? I'm like, I have to sell it.
Yeah.
I was like, I don't have to. I didn't know what else to do because I was like stressed. And I was like, you have to go to school. Even though deep down a part of me is like, I don't want you to go to school. Yeah. Like, I wish you could stay home. Like, I wish we could do something different. Like, I wish it didn't have to be like 9 hours of school. Like, it does really suck. Like now being a full working mom and seeing like how the day goes, like you don't get that much time with them. Like
no, you get
it's really sad.
like an hour in the morning, if that, and then like 2 hours before bed.
I didn't really want to have kids to have other people raise my kid.
I know, but that's life.
It's I don't know. Like I do see why women stop working. I really do. Like I see why people don't want to send their kids to these programs and schools and everything, because like you just don't see your kids.
No.
Like it sucks.
You see them for the year, and then that's basically that. And
But-
the weekends.
No, I know that then the weekends
You get the
become
weekends.
like really precious. But for people that obviously don't have a choice, you have the decision. And someone asked us, like, how do you decide
Yeah.
where, like, what age to send your kid to something?
Okay.
And how do you decide between nanny and daycare?
That's so, what's the saying? Like total preference, personal preference, total preference. That's completely personal preference.
Right. Like, let's take cost out of the equation, because that obviously impacts your decision, right? Like if you can't afford one or the other,
Yes.
then you have to decide probably based on your financial situation.
Yes,
But
so
let's say
that's
there's let's say money's off the table and it's the same. Then how do you
if
decide?
money's off the table and it's the same, I wouldn't send my kids to daycare till they were 14, 15 months, like what I did to Arlo. But if you don't have that option, I would definitely be sending them around 9, 10 months even to daycare, which is what I did the second time around.
A lot of our friends went back to work after a year, and a lot of them sent their kids back about a month before they had to go back to work, so that they were around for the transition. And it wasn't like,
No, it's
I go
really
to work
smart.
on a Monday and send the kid on a Monday, because otherwise it's
hard on you
really
and it's
tough.
hard on them. Yeah, I would a lot of our friends did that. Yeah. So around 11 months, even 10 months.
I actually think that age is easier to
It
send
is,
your kid
because it is.
because they don't know.
They don't know. When I sent Ace, he had no fucking clue what was going on.
No.
Arlo knew at 14 months.
Yeah.
He knew exactly what was going on.
Like if they're over a year, it's tougher, I think.
Yeah.
And then 2 to 3, it's also like, I think you kind of have to decide, are you going to send them at that year mark, or are you going to send them like when I sent Ziggy, like
I agree.
pre-kindergarten,
I
whatever
agree.
it's called.
But it's really personal preference.
Yeah. I would say the pro of a daycare early is that they're like socialized early. They have like other kids around them. They're like with toys and all these
All
things that you
day.
don't have at your house. Like they probably have like other things going on there as well.
They do. They're painting. They're Play-Dohing. They're playing with other kids. They're dancing. They're like stuff that, yes, you could do at home, but you're not doing morning to night at home.
No, it's exhausting. And then, the con is that you're kind of on their schedule. Like your kid
Yes.
has to adapt to their schedule. Like whatever nap schedule you had at home,
Yes.
they do change it to that.
Yes.
Depending on where you go, the updates might be sparse. Like
Yes.
our school did not have good updates. Like yours had amazing updates.
updates.
I loved that. I really hated that about my school. Like,
Yeah,
it wasn't-
especially sending them so young.
yeah, like hello.
No, we
like,
had amazing updates.
at one
all
point
day.
they were sending us home, and like we had no idea if they peed, pooed,
no.
what they ate in a day. I'm like, these kids are babies.
Yeah.
Like until your kid is 3.5.
Yeah,
sorry,
like this year, I don't need updates on what Arla and Ziggy are doing
tells
at
me.
school. Exactly.
Like he can tell me. When my kid
Exactly.
can tell me about his day, you don't have to update me.
Yes.
Until such time, you
Update
should be
me.
giving me a detailed description
Yeah.
of when did they pee, when did they poo, when did they this,
I
when
agree.
did I don't know.
I agree.
Like-
Look into the schools. Our school does it.
Yeah.
Some schools do, some schools don't.
And then I would say the pros and cons of a nanny is the pro with the nanny is like
You're home.
they're kind
You
of an extension of you.
Yes.
Like your nanny should be doing what you instruct them to do.
Yes.
But it's a little bit more one-on-one. It's a little boring.
Yeah.
Like right
You
now,
could take them to programs, but it's more boring.
it's
for
a
your
little
kid.
bit more boring. So I think up until 1, it's fine.
Yes, I agree.
As they get older and need to explore and do more stuff, it's a little, but your nanny can also help like with your house stuff. Like
yes.
my friend, she works full time and her kid's in daycare, and she's like, how the fuck am I supposed to do anything in my
Right.
house? Like you literally, like if you're working, your day is wake up, deal with your kids, get them to school,
You go to work
you go to work, you come home, you make them dinner, you do the bedtime.
and you're
You
exhausted.
might have to do more work
Yeah.
potentially. You're not doing house shit.
No.
You're not cleaning your house.
No.
Sorry.
The nanny is going to help you with all that.
You're not
for sure.
like you're barely getting grocery shopping in, or your weekend is all that,
yes.
which is not relaxing
No.
for you.
So you take a sheet out and you write your pros and cons, and that is basically what you're going to decide. And it's every family's different and personal preference.
Yeah.
No one's going to give you that answer. I'm not going to
actually-
give you an answer on what you're going to do, and
No,
you're
you
not going to tell
can't.
me what I'm going to do.
I personally think if I were to do it all again, what I would do is I would have no nanny for my first kid. I would maybe get a cleaning lady or do like a nanny share where you have someone coming to help with your housework.
Yes.
I would stay home with my kid till 1. I would send that kid to like some kind of daycare, whatever. I would get a nanny when I had my second kid because that's when you need the extra set of hands and help. I don't think you need a nanny on kid 1. I really don't.
I agree.
You could just get a cleaning lady.
And you want to be with your kid. It's your first kid.
Yeah.
You want to be doing everything.
Exactly. And then on kid number 2, having that extra set of hands is really helpful. The housework, the this thing, that thing. And then you're also like, I would say like you could get it like halfway through mat leave of kid number 2 because you're home. So like you don't, but once you go to work with 2 kids coming from experience.
You need the help. If you can afford it. If you can afford it.
I would rather pay for a nanny than send that second kid to like a daycare 1.
Yeah.
100%.
Until after 1.
Until that kid needs to go to real school.
You'd rather the nanny.
Like I'd rather have a nanny helping me and keeping that kid home with me.
I agree.
If I'm working full time.
I agree.
And then maybe you move to part time. I really think a nanny share would be great. Because you really need the nanny in like the couple morning hours or really the afternoon. Like 3
when they're
to
back
6.
from school.
That's when you need the help. Because again, like what the fuck are you supposed to do with your kid from 3 to 6?
No.
They like real school ends at 3:30.
3:30, I know.
It's bullshit.
I know. Ace right now is at daycare. Next year, he's 1 more year of daycare because of the age. But we pick him up at 4:30, which is a huge difference from 3:30.
So we just signed up for aftercare, which you could take more of my money and pay for fucking aftercare, yifty-doo. So that's changed the game because pickup was 3:30 and they charge you.
Oh, yeah.
If you're late,
a minute late,
they will charge you. Yeah. And now we can pick him up at 4:35. They take them to the park. I'm like, this is way better for him.
And he's going to enjoy that too.
Yeah.
He doesn't want to sit at home. Like he's going to come home. You're going to be cooking dinner. He's watching TV. It's exactly what's happening.
Yeah. Versus you can make dinner and do
then
stuff
pick him up.
and then pick them up.
Okay.
But I wanted to chat about like, even if you get through that stage of sending your kid, then you start switching classes.
That was really hard. So I went to 10 schools. I obviously don't remember 10. I don't remember like what the transitions were, but probably a lot of my anxiety may come from that because
Would you do switch schools every year?
like every 2 years, every 3 years.
Why?
I don't know. We'll ask my mom. We can.
Did you
have her
move
on.
cities?
No, same house, 20 years, same house, different schools. So that was a big thing that like I didn't want to do with my kids.
Yeah.
So where we're like thinking, okay, so now Ace is still at one school where Arlo was. Arlo's at the other school. It was a hard transition for sure. Like he did not want to go, but we like prepped him. We're like, you're going to a big boy school now, you know? Like,
why did you want to make the switch though?
we have to. Daycare's done.
Oh, it wasn't like you moved him early.
No.
Finished.
It finished. Then daycare's done. And then you have to move to
the next step.
Which is school. So we told him it's a big boy school, like blah, blah, blah. And like the first couple of days were really hard. But then they get used to it.
Yeah.
Then the next step, I'm like, okay, but like, I don't know if I want to move him again. So like, that's going to be tough. And then I also decided like wherever I'm moving my kids next, like they're going to the same school.
You have to.
Like I'm lucky now, like Ace is across the street.
Yeah.
So they are technically in 2 schools, but one's across the street.
Yeah.
So like, that's a joke for me. But going forward, Ace will probably end up going where Arlo is. And then at that point,
you'll move both of them.
I would be moving them at the same time.
No, I've never understood the whole like double drop off and double locations. Like my mom did that with me and my brother until such time that we ended up going to schools kind of close to each other that you could drop both and pick them up. Like that's what I'm going to do with my kids because Ziggy's going to go to like a JK program. And Benny, they don't have JK. So I'm going to go to the current one he's at, but they're like kitty corner in a block. So fine. I park once, drop it off. But that's like just getting your kids out of your house to their program and back could be an hour.
An hour. For sure. For sure it's an hour. And
it's crazy.
Once they go to JK, you have to be there on time.
Right.
It's not like a cool, like, let's show up 5 minutes early, 5 minutes later.
We show up an hour late right now.
They want you to be, you and someone else I know. I'm like, next year when you send your kids to school, like, especially JK, like, they want you there on time.
Yeah, no. They've sent us a message 1 or 2 times being like, it's really important that the kids get dropped off on time. I'm like, then you can come to my house and dress my children in the morning because I am doing my very best and I don't know how to do better than what I'm doing.
And they're going to be so stingy. Well, you're going to have to do it for camp. For camp this summer, they're for sure going to yell at us if they're not on time.
But like
because they're probably like taking them to one section to another section.
I do understand running a program and needing to be there on time because it's disruptive to the classroom. I totally understand it. I'm also paying you a lot of money and you can go fuck yourself.
Figure it out. Figure it the fuck out. Yeah.
Like hire an extra staff or something to welcome the children and bring them up to the classroom.
Hello, are you here?
I don't know. Like I don't know what to tell you. Like we live in a crazy, our city sucks.
Our city sucks, yeah.
Like I live what should be 5 minutes from school and it takes me at least 15.
Same. Minimum. That's why I remember when you're like, why are you picking up Arlo so early? I was like, because I'd rather pick him up earlier than be stuck in an hour traffic.
No, I understand why schools, you want to send your kid to a neighborhood school because like it's easy and they can just walk. Like being able to walk, that actually taking it back to the thing would be my number one criteria.
Oh, it was is
to find something
shock.
Close to home.
It was a huge shock. I didn't drive to school until this year.
Right. I've always
so I was like, holy shit, yeah, especially in the winter with the jackets and the boots and the this and the that. Oh, it's literally, really I was annoying. Like, oh, we have to go to school now. Let's walk. I was so spoiled.
Yeah.
So spoiled. And I haven't done the 2 kids yet. I still have a year for that.
Before
Ace still
they're
stays
both
for one more year and then I'll have
to put them both in the car.
Both in the car. Both to school and take one more. Next year, Arlo schools kiss and drop or whatever it's called. So the teachers all wait outside and they take them out of this car.
Oh, that's
And then
nice.
Arlo at the end of the day would come from the playground and come into the car. Because I feel like next year he's in a booster seat, no? He'll be like 4. Next September, he can sit in a booster seat, I think.
I mean, our kids are massive.
Yeah, our kids are massive. Like Arlo can for sure be in a booster seat.
They're both 40 pounds and very tall.
And then the year after, I have to take Ace into the school. So I get 1 year of like that cute kiss and drop where like I don't have to get out of the car. I don't have to go into the class, blah, blah, blah.
And then he comes
And then the next year, Ace goes and then I'm still going to have to park the car. There's no good. They're giving me like a little bit of kiss and drop and then they're taking it away. But they'll be going to the same school. So it's fine.
No, you have to. At least most schools I know will do like the sibling gets in like automatically. Because like how can you make parents' lives miserable?
No.
But anyway, back to the whole thing of like leaving your kids for the first time with school. I think it's tough. It's really tough. You got to do it because I don't know, unless you're going to follow Instagram and be like, I made $1,000 on affiliate marketing. And you know those stupid accounts? I'm like, no, you did.
No, you didn't.
I don't think you did. You're just selling crap.
But what's your kid doing all day if you are doing that?
Yeah.
Watching TV?
No, like they have, I don't know if they have homeschools anyway.
Yeah, that's definitely not up my alley.
Oh, this is actually something I want to say because the whole after school thing. So like you leave your kids for the first time. It's really fucking terrible and awful. I don't know if you've ever noticed when they come home from school, if they're like extra cranky with you.
Oh, 1,000%.
They're not like that.
No.
And like I emailed the teacher one time. I'm like, is he okay at school? She's like, yeah, he's great. He's smiling. He's happy. He's this. Because he comes home to me and he's like,
miserable. Yeah. So they're taking out, you are their comfort. I'm sure people have read it. I'm sure you've heard it many times. Like you're their comfort. As soon as they say you, they're like, oh, I can like relax for a second. It's the same way as like when you see your husband and you fucking go, blah, 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 and they're like, shut the fuck up. You're like, I am the most comfortable with you and I'm going to let fucking everything go.
Yeah. It's exactly what it is. I've read that like they only will have a full emotional release with someone that they feel safe with.
Yes.
And it actually is a good thing that they're releasing with you because that means they feel safe and like comforted in your presence. If they didn't, I actually would be more concerned.
Yeah. So example of that was we would pick Arlo up from school and Adam really wanted to know what was going on. You know, like it's real school now, blah, blah, blah. So Adam would be like, Arlo, tell me about your day. And be like, I just want to listen to music.
Yeah.
And in my head right away, I was like, he just wants to check out.
Yeah.
Don't ask him or turn on the music and then maybe ask him
and give him some time.
Give him some time. They are human. Just like we're human, they are human.
Right. At the end of a busy day when your husband comes home and you're like, what'd you do at work? And he's like,
shut the fuck up.
Right.
Literally, he's like, shut the fuck up.
Yeah,
Give
I
me
need
5
a minute.
minutes. And then when I get into bed or like I'm ready, I'll talk to you. But it's the same thing also.
Yeah.
When we film all day and Adam wants to talk to me after, I'm like, oh, I don't want to talk to you.
No, 100%. I know. I always ask Ziggy, I'm like, what did you do? What did you eat for lunch today? I don't want to tell you.
Yeah.
Which is him saying, I'm done.
And he will.
It
But
just
the biggest thing was that music. My son wants music in the car when I pick him up and we sit there in silence. And all of a sudden he'll turn to me and he'll go, so at gymnastics, we played today. And I was like, yeah,
there we
what
go.
did
now
you do? And let them come to you.
That's a great, actually, I love that.
Yeah.
That's smart.
Yeah.
Because I've noticed it now, you're right. Like I'll come in, talk, and I'm starting to ask him questions because I'm excited and I missed him. But he doesn't want to talk.
He wants to check out.
Yeah.
He was just bombarded all day by his classmates, by his teachers.
Moving
what
here,
to
going
do,
there.
Where he sees you and he's like, oh my God, I get a second to myself and I get to relax.
Yeah, it's true.
And then he'll come to you.
Yeah. And boys are boys also. Like they are boys. Like my friends who have daughters are like, like women don't shut the fuck up.
Women don't shut the fuck up. Men just want to shut the fuck up.
Yeah. Yeah.
Shut up,
and talk on
like if he was able to look at me and tell me to shut the fuck up, he probably would.
Right. It's true.
One day.
That's funny.
Hope not.
We'll see.
We'll see.
So, okay, moving on to your first time leaving your kids, a first night out and a first vacation. Tell me about those nights and vacation. Like, what was it like? And like, what tips do you have, if any?
Oh my God. Again, going back to me being such a type A anxiety freak, Arlo did not have a first sleepover till probably like 13 months. Like, he had no sleepovers. He was with me. I was like, what? I'm home. I don't think the first year we did anything. I don't think nothing. And then we went away. I think it was maybe 2 nights and I bawled and I was calling 24/7 and blah, 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 like whatever. And then second kid, here we go. I'm sorry, Ace. Like if you're listening to this later on, like, I'm sorry. Second kid, 3 months. We were like, see the fuck later. Ace was 3 months old. I'm like, I'm going to Florida.
That's because you had context. You knew what was coming. You knew leaving your 3-month-old was easier than leaving your 15-month-old.
1,000%. 3 months, we were like, see ya. We went to Florida for 3 days. It was so nice postpartum. Like, so nice to leave, not so cute because like you didn't fit into anything and like you're going on vacation and like you think you look cute. Like I look like shit.
Yeah. Yeah.
But the first is anything.
I know.
Anything.
Yeah. I feel like leaving your kid for the first time, the first baby for the first time, even for a dinner.
Yes.
I didn't have a nanny back then. I had like a hardwired like thing.
Oh, so you couldn't see.
So I couldn't see. So in some ways it was like out of sight, out of mind.
Right.
Like I wasn't like neurotic.
Think that's better.
It was like we had like a night nurse lady come. So it was like, I think it was like 2-3 weeks postpartum. And we literally walked to the end of our street. We had dinner and we came. It was an hour, maybe an hour and a half. So it wasn't like anything groundbreaking, but like for me, it felt like groundbreaking.
Oh yeah.
And I remember being really anxious and like not wanting to. But then Josh was like, you need to leave the baby for an hour. You will be fine. He will be fine. Everyone will be fine. It just like, it takes like, you got to do it once, just like rip the Band-Aid and go. And then you like add on, right? Like then at a couple months, we did like a more intense dinner. And like, then I don't remember. I think my first real time being away from Ziggy, which was now thinking back insane. I left him at 1 to go to Burning Man for 10 days.
You took the words out. Yeah, you went for 10 days and
with no reception.
No
reception.
And he was great.
He was fine. He was with my mom and a nanny.
Yeah.
So like I really set them up. And I'm like neurotic. I was like, these are the schedules. And like obviously they're going to do whatever they're going to do.
You can do everything in your power to make yourself comfortable in the situation that you're putting your kid in, you'll feel a little bit better. Like, I did the schedule. I did this. I'm telling them what to do. Like, I'm leaving. Like, we're going to go away for my birthday for like 2 days. And I'm like, these are the emergency contacts. This is like Arlo's allergies. This is blah, 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 blah. Call me if you need me. And as long as you have a plan in place, you're going to feel better.
You have to a little bit trust in the caregivers too, that they're not nuts.
Or you shouldn't go.
Yes, I agree. Like you have to have some level of trust with the people you're leaving your kids with, that they are A, going to follow your instructions and B, like they're not nuts. Yeah. Like, I don't know how else to say it. Nuts. Like it's following the instructions that's really, I think, drives people nuts. Like
and things can change.
Right. Right.
And remembering that, like, yes, you can give a schedule. They can follow the instructions.
Yes.
But things can change. And you got to go with the flow.
Like, we left the latest trip I took, like Ziggy actually leaving him at 1 to go to Burning Man was not terrible because his sleep was okay. He was on one nap. Like he was in a routine, like 1 year old, or it was like even like 14 months. Like they're in a routine. We left Benny at 6 months, which I, in hindsight, didn't really love, but we had a wedding and we needed to get away. Like, I don't know. We made a trip out of it.
Right.
It was very young to leave a baby for like a week.
Yeah.
I didn't love it. It was fine in the end. Everyone was fine. But like that was scary. And like that's when the schedule's constant.
Yes.
He wasn't sleeping through the night. So it was exhausting for the people watching him. I remember giving someone an instruction that I'm like, if you need to take him to a dinner, it's fine. You'll put him to bed from 7 to 10. And then at 10, when it's time to leave, bring the car seat to the room, put him in the car seat, cover him with a blanket, right to the car.
Right.
It should be fine. What did they do? They took him out of the crib at 10, paraded him around to the whole dinner, fed him food, like real food. I was like, my cousin told me the story afterwards. I was dying. Like, what? What? And thank God I didn't know because I would have lost.
It's better to know sometimes.
Is my kid fine?
Yeah.
Yes.
It's better to know. And Benny's totally
fine. But
fine.
like, you know, people are going to do what you're going to do. And you can't really say much because they're doing you the favor.
I was going to say, they're the one doing you the favor.
That's why a little bit I prefer, like, if you can afford it, paid help because they really should be following your guidance.
Yes.
Like hiring a nanny. I even hired a night nurse for that week.
Smart.
I literally just hired a night nurse for the 1 week.
You don't have to worry about anything happening at nighttime.
She learned his routine. He got comfortable with her for like a couple days before I left. No one had to worry about it.
Yeah.
At that age, 6 months.
Yeah.
I wouldn't do it.
No.
But like, it's tough. It's really tough to leave them for the first time.
But you need to do it.
You have to do it. I would do baby steps. Rip 100%. The Band-Aid slowly.
Yeah, like we're going this summer to your brother's wedding. This will be the longest we leave them.
Yeah. You're doing what I did last summer.
Yeah, 10 days.
Yeah.
10 days could be the longest we've ever left them. But I think they're going to thrive. Arlo
but your kids are going to be, like Arlo will be 4 and Ace will be 2.5.
Are they grown-ups? Yeah, they're grown-ups.
Yeah.
Oh, they're going to thrive.
They're going to
get so much TV. They're going to so many snacks.
I know. It's great.
They're going to thrive. We're going to thrive. And it's going to be great.
You're going to help babysit my kids in
for sure. I'll take Benny, no problem.
I just saw this something on the list. When you went away, did you find that FaceTiming made it worse with your kids?
Yes.
Like way worse.
Firstly, I don't know what the fuck it was, but they only wanted to see daddy.
What?
Only wanted to see daddy.
Mean. That's
it was
sad.
so mean. They're like, I would like, hi, how are you, daddy? Where's daddy? I'm like, hey, fuck. So now I'll let Adam call because maybe they'll ask for me. And they did. Like you call them.
They want the other.
Okay.
So
but yeah, I think it's way harder.
Yeah, we went away.
But I don't know if it's more, to me, it was more for me, not them. Like, I don't think they really cared.
So Ziggy, I think it's the age. Like when we went away the first time when he was 1.
Yeah.
Fine.
Yeah.
He was like they're like nothing. When we went away at 2.5.
He was upset.
We went on like a baby moon. Every time we FaceTimed him, he was like, wait, where did you guys go?
Yeah,
like he was really like, like he wasn't like, what the fuck's going on? And then when he was 3, that one was like, he was fine. By like the 9th day, he was like, where are you?
Like, come home.
Yeah. Like he was done.
Shame. That breaks my heart.
But day like 1 to 8, he was busy. He was having fun. He didn't care. But by the end, he was like, where the fuck are you?
You're going to laugh. This just reminded me. So we just made Arlo an email.
I think I have actually an email for Ziggy because of Nexus.
You ready for this? So we made Arlo an email because when we go away, so he has his iPad. He watches his YouTube shows, blah, blah, blah. I swiped the whole iPad. Well, Adam just did literally today, right now. It's happening right now as we're filming. Swipe the whole iPad, put his email. So when we go away next, I'm going to explain to him that anytime he wants to call us, if he's home, he has his own email through FaceTime and he'll be able to call us. He's going to drive me up the wall. It's going to be the cutest thing for the first 3 times. And then I'm going to be like, hey, stop calling.
You're going to have to disable the Wi-Fi.
It's his iPad now.
That's hilarious.
So he can call us. Like he can call Uncle Josh when he wants now.
That's hilarious.
And it's going to say Arlo.
He's going to start FaceTiming Ziggy. Oh my God. No, the other day I literally looked at Ziggy and I was like, this is crazy. Like we have grown ass kids.
Yes.
And Josh was like, yeah, the next stage is like teenagers and like drinking and alcohol. And I was like,
No, we're not.
I'm sorry,
ready for
what?
that yet.
He's 4.
Yeah.
He goes, well, I like, boys started drinking alcohol at 13. I'm like, no.
No. But this is to us a very big stage. Like even Arlo, when we were sitting at dinner, because we're still laughing about it just happened, and he's like, I want to call Uncle Josh to tell him.
That's really cute.
He's like, I want to call him. Now he has his own iPad. No one's going to stop him. He's calling Josh 10 times a day now. Sorry, Josh.
That's really hilarious. Josh is going to be like, I can't get any work done. Decline, Arlo. Arlo Halpern is calling you. Oh my God. I can't. I actually can't.
So cute. But leaving your kids for the first time, we're not going to sugarcoat it. It's definitely not easy. It definitely gets easier. And trust us, if you can take that trip,
Yeah, literally take the trip.
And we should leave it at that.
Yeah.
Did you have anything else? I'm not going to end it earlier like I've done.
That was my list.
Guys, this was so great. Have a good rest of your day with whatever the fuck you're doing today. And we will see you next week.
Bye.
Bye.